Cinnamon roll blondies.
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone. First thing we're going to do is measure out the dry ingredients. That's 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. Stir that around and set that aside. Then in a large bowl, place 1 1/4 cups of room temperature butter, a cup of brown sugar packed, and 1 1/2 cups of white sugar. And you're going to cream those things together until light and fluffy. And it wouldn't be a Yo-Yo Max video unless I realize I used the wrong size bowl and switched it to a larger bowl. Add to that 3 large eggs, 1 1/2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and just blend that until it's nice and smooth. And then you're going to add in the dry ingredients. You can throw it in all at once and then beat until combined. Then you'll grease a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, and you'll put that batter in the bottom of it and just spread it out until it is nice and even. And then we're going to make the delicious cinnamon topping. The topping will be 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 6 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 3 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. That does seem like a lot, but trust me, it's perfect. Stir that together until you get kind of like a crumbly, thick mixture. Then using a spoon or your fingers, you're just going to kind of take small pieces of it and just kind of sprinkle it all over top of the batter. Then take a butter knife and swirl it in. Now you don't want to mix it up completely. You just want to keep that mixture, that cinnamon stuff on the top, but you want to have good contact with the batter and you want it to kind of sink in just a little bit. Then you're going to bake this at 350 degrees for between, say, 30 and 45 minutes. Now, the reason it's such a big time span there is if you use a glass pan like this one, it just seems to take a little longer. You're going to bake it until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out with just a few moist crumbs. Then you're going to let it cool. Now, for the frosting or the topping, you'll start off with 3 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, 1/2 cup of white powdered sugar, and about a tablespoon of milk or cream, but that's going to vary depending on how thick or how thin you want it. Blend it together, and then I put this in a Ziploc bag, and I cut the corner off, and I just use this to put on top of my cooled and completed cinnamon roll blondies. And there they are. What I would suggest is you keep your frosting in the refrigerator, and as you serve this, you just cut a piece and then put a little bit of the frosting on it. The actual bar doesn't have to be refrigerated, but the frosting does, so it might be easier to do it that way. But if you're bringing it somewhere and you're sure that it's going to be consumed in one sitting or in one day, then put the frosting all over it. Now, what's lovely about this is that the edges are like a brownie. They get kind of higher and a little bit crunchy, and the middle is really, really moist and dense. And you get these little pockets of delicious cinnamon goodness. And it does taste a lot like cinnamon rolls when you're eating these. These are wonderful. Everyone who tried them loved them. And with the frosting on top, it just gives it that little extra creamy yumminess that I think you are going to love. Hope you give this one a try. I have an entire playlist that's right on your screen right now that's filled with brownies and recipes that use brownies. And this playlist also contains recipes that have blondies, which are like brownies without the chocolate. I have these greenies that are made with matcha tea and these lemonies. Click on your screen to see them.